Great and beautiful morning and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 528th edition of Invest Digital Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. Yes, I will tell you that the global market is in a state of confusion and full of uncertainties. I will tell you that the Trump hike, or kind of tariff levied on the even UK and Mexico and others, even in China, they're always already jittering there as they move to start implementation from August 1st. I started also reflecting on the market. But the good news here is that you know Trump administration have been characterized with oscillations since he came on board, especially this second term, and it is not far different from what we saw in the first 4 years it did before Democrats came on board. But now I'll tell you that investors are really jittering or where is the direction of the market, even as any season are kicked up in some mature economy. But this oscillation or kind of a sentiment movement in terms of reaction to trade news and all these are kind of a certain confusion toward to I call them the mature market or national investor, whatever I want to call them. But I'll tell you that at this point, a lot of market players and investors in this mature economy are confused. Why I say they are confused is because a lot of information pumping out from left and right, just like including conflicting economic data, counter, initiative market reaction has reached, a new extreme that investors are not, alone now. They feel like, yes, what is the next? Don't forget that there's a statement that Trump made on Saturday as regard the move to announce, to support, to support Ukraine and at the same time to, bring more sanction on, on Russia. All this is going to play out. Many investors are confused, and this is why I said some of them feel like they are tired. Tired of where every day you see labeling from different analysts, uncertainties. All these are full. In different market across the world. These are what's also disturbing the market as to speak in that. That's why we have not seen a stable market. Even when most of this market, the indices are hitting new all-time high. I'll tell you that it's up and down we're seeing since the Trump came on board. One reaction to one news or the other, and that suggests that investors are to be clear of what is happening in the market. And this suggests that market is waiting for what a clarity at this point. And that's why you and I, even though that trading international market, our local market here, you also need clarity, especially at the earning season is around the corner. And this clarity will help you to boost your confidence and you become in trading anything. But if there's no clarity, you will be moving up. And that's why for you not to miss out the earnings this season or trading earnings, you need to be calm and also use your chart to find what direction. And that is why I tell you that the most important thing in evaluating the broader market and the sectors and individual stock for you at the stock also you are interested from now. Looking at your watch list is confidently looking at what your charts because it helps to make what informed investment decision or trading decision. You need to know so that these uncertainties and all these pictures were seen that say that these pictures are not clear where they come from. I'll tell you because no market across the globe or anywhere in the world remain in up direction on or the down direction. Since the market oscillates, we must understand to take advantage of this confusion in the mind of what of investor to know is it the time for you to buy or sell. Because if you continue to join those that are confused, it means that you don't have strategy, you don't understand the market. But if you understand this market, you combine your chart and your work and your fundamental. Because I speak now, market is more sentiment now that's moving the market. For me, you need to also pay attention to even when fundamental is good, because I can still move up and down. But that means you must understand to see the sentiment of this for this market, both international and local, and also know the direction by using your chart to look at what the the broader picture of the market of sectors and individual stocks that you have interest in buying. And those that are in your watch list, you must understand how it works to eliminate to eliminate fear, so you can trade confidently and play with a calm mind, and that will help you not to achieve success. That is the only way you can make what investing or trading easy by investing with knowledge, and that knowledge will also help you to build that confidence. And number now, if the chart is going to give you a clear direction, we must look at what is happening in Asia right now, so that at the end of the day, when we come to chart, you see that all these trade war news, all this 50% to 30% tariff on EU, on Mexico, on Africa, or in China, on this, you can see how you can treat them also. And also, which countries are looking inward, you must also understand to take advantage of all this oscillation, to which that also they look at the economy and put their economy in order. Yes, quickly with of what is happening in Asia market right now. Asia market, I'll tell you that it's also range band. As we speak now, I see that most of the markets are on this range band, like side trending. A lot of investor digesting the latest announcement from Trump on that was tariff. Why some we're seeing that the China market advanced positive this morning as well due to what positive trade news of trade balance. Of for me that it's a good one for China for the month of June. For me, it's a good one, and this is what also that market is still what restaurant my range is rebounding. Let me put that or tight ranging because of what the major economy there news that came there was positive, and that has kept even when they are still kind of jittery or kind of panicking or are not interpreting the recent move by Trump on what on this. That's why they're also discussing to but have a clear direction and also arrive at a point before the August 1st that all this will take effect. But I can tell you already that the announcement of Trump on over the weekend of 30% tariff on Mexico and the European Union, that will take effect from that. That also have sent panic to that zone. Look at the European market now, stock now, they are all looking downward because of the reaction of this news. But I tell you that as any season is coming, what are you going to trade? That's why you must have confidence and also take look at your chart. But when I come to that, I will also explain what to do. But also, as this trade, positive, strong trade data is coming from US, it's also important to what to the GDP that's on top now. That is what the market is also paying attention. If the trade balance has grown more than expected in July, and it gives an insight to what is likely to come at the end of the quarter, that the last second quarter, to give us that how the GDP also look like. For me, is that China economy is gradually sustaining strength in terms of that through their second quarter GDP that also we expect to see. That will set also the positive stage for them, for their Q3. But no, all eyes are still on this Q2 GDP that will also be due for China on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. That will also give a clear direction on that environment. For other other country in that zone, I'll say that like I said earlier, we see a positive GDP figure from Singapore, which is also a plus that have supported also the Asian market that is now ranging the kind of that ranging or kind of start trending. But this positive number has also supported the flat position we're seeing in that broader Asia markets and right away. Now this positive GDP was a good one, stronger than expected from Singapore, provided some support, and also this island state also considered as well the bellwethers, trade and commerce between Southeast Asia, and also these are the major, exporter to China. It's a good one. Singapore, index is up by 0.4%, while South Korea is also up by 0.1 after lagging the last week gain. But for me, it's also a good one at this point. I've added 0.1. That Australia also is flat now as we speak. Australia index is flat, even as to have a mixed performance in the commodity stocks that also in that environment. But good news is that we're seeing that Japan all shares are underperformed this hour. Japan share looking at the Nikkei 2025 index is down by 0.3 in that region. Also, this is a market performance. If you look at the final one, which is the India market, the 50 index is also in the red by 0.2. As I mentioned, Europe market is in the red. You can see that all the major market there, UK, France, and Germany are looking towards southward as we speak, as the reaction to this 30% tariff from US in that environment that has put investors sentiment in that regard that we're seeing stock there also moving in that direction. That is the state of the things in that environment right now as we speak. But I believe that investors should also think twice on what they are doing to take advantage of the pullback we are seeing there that will also create opportunity for investors in that market. It's very, very important that take advantage of all this movement in price to know exactly what we are doing. Yeah, coming back to US, I'll say that US market is also very downright to speak now. It might be marginal, but I'll tell you, it has slipped toward to the southward this hour after Trump announced further tariff on war over the weekend. This time against the trading partners, the European Union and the Mexico. Yes, the news that the Bitcoin have also crossed the 120,000 mark again. It's a good one as see weak dollar also can also trigger all this currency and the commodity market as we speak. These are things that is happening right away. And also crude oil edge higher and the US reported a growing Wall Street surplus. You can see this about the first thing that as reaction global trade is trying to stop kind of spotlight more of this decision of Trump and see how it will affect the global economy or between now and first of any negotiation that will come up. These are the things that the market are looking for. One thing that is sure that all the indices in US market are also looking the southward direction. S&P, is down by 0.6. Nasdaq is lower than 0.5, and Joe is also down by 0.6. These are the key indices that market. Sentiment has been also as further become missed as after Trump have announced over the weekend plans to introduce 30%. I think in that market it's already investors are trying to also analyze and also focus on the new quarterly earnings season that also kick off to look at how the company perform in the world in the first half of the year. All eyes are on JP Morgan just to release the results. Also, flag also at the Citibank. All these are where they are looking at to see them release their results to go for Q2 or half year results. And like I said earlier, mentioned that China have had a trade surplus in June, which I said is a pointer how the GDP that we're expected to be tomorrow will look like in that direction. I mentioned about looking at Bitcoin hitting up about now as we speak. I think that the oil price have rebounded, powerfully even closing positive for the week. But this morning, oil price have also inch up to trade at $70.4 per barrel as we speak. As a result of what Trump moved to make a major statement on Russia today, as regard of supporting Ukraine and also more sanction on Russia on this ongoing war in that regard. This is for the global market as we speak. We quickly look at the market, to see what the African market doing. African market is made for good news that most of the African market are in green. As NGS also have opened also in green, we're seeing the same trend in South Africa, Kenya, and Ghana are also in green right away. But good news that this market, in Africa, looking up, says that the economic fundamental and flow of funds into the equity space and also onto the West Africa economy of Sahara Africa is a good one for the market. But good news now, yes, our chart is up. I will do another chart because this chart is not giving me, now that it's up, it makes my work easy and also for us to get better understanding of our discussion today. You can see that the chart is moving up as we speak. The market is up already, and that is what we are seeing right away as we speak. That the market is up. I'll look at market data as we speak. The all-share index that measures market performance on NGS is up in green with almost 0.6% after the index have traded between 126,151.04 to 157,004.64. I mean, index today, the market have crossed also another secondary line of 107 before pulling back toward the table. Good market is in positive direction. You can look at this candlestick here. You can start there's a small wick here. Market have even crossed. They are kind of tested across the the 127 secondary line before pulling back or mark before pulling back. Good one, but let's wait and see. But good thing that we're seeing a positive market bread right away in the market. This is a plus for our market. Market have sustained this momentum all this while till now, and for me, it's a good one that market is already catching fire. As we speak, more than market have traded about 40 stocks are in green, while about just 8 are in red. And this says that this positive market spread tells me that there's something going for the market right now, and that's why you and I have to pay attention to the market at this period, because that is the only way you can navigate and also make good return, looking at what is happening in the market and reading the direction of the market. Once you're able to get it, you are good to go at this market. You must pay attention to all these details so that you know where the market is heading, and looking at the market where to give you an insight that the market is what's strong, and also we are seeing fresh fund coming to the market. These are the things that we must pay attention to. We are seeing that the low cap stocks are dominating the top gainers, and also we are seeing that some also high cap coming, but as to speak now, market is still in green. We are seeing new stocks making another 2 weeks high again for this period. This is that good news that the market is expecting, and for me, it's stated that market is heading somewhere. Both the banking sector and all are saying that this move for me is a very interesting one for all of us in the market to say yes, our market has really bounced back, and we must pay attention to this, so that is the only way you can make money in this market, by understanding what is happening in the market, what is the market doing, and you can take that opportunity of what is market doing to know exactly what to do, because you understand the straight direction market is going. Sorry, as we speak now, market is already doing a what 49. I mentioned 40 earlier. Just looking at the chart, you can see the market already doing 49 stocks on the gainers chart as we speak. 49 stocks. This is credible. That means market is already going to surpass the 50 we have seen so far. This is good news for the market. Both the ugly and the good are looking up right away, and it tells you that you must understand how this market work. But don't forget that at market is already at overbought region. Yes, we are seeing strong buy momentum, strong sentiment ahead of inflation figure tomorrow, and also ahead of MPC meeting, and also the earnings season that have kicked off with two companies that we'll be discussing on Wednesday. But I'll mention them and I give you an insight of what we have seen from the figures from this company, especially the number that came from Deregu, and that of what and that of Living Living Trust Mortgage Bank. These are the ones that have released their Q2 or half year results. But good news again also that if you look at the figure that came from Deregu, I'll tell you that figure is flat. So flat as we speak. Why so flat is because the top line is less than a digit growth, about 8 point something, and also why the bottom line is 0.3 something. It tells you that that stock is also, even at the price is selling, the end numbers that are coming is not justifying the price, and for that you have to trade with caution on that stock. We know that yet the shareholding structure or non-availability of that stock can give the price up, but you must pay attention to that so that it will help you to know exactly what to do as a trader or investor. We're looking at the other one that also that followed, which is the Living Trust. Yes, we've seen improvement in that company. Looking at their top line and bottom line, also give an insight to what to expect from the banking sector. Yes, they are not commercial banks. I'll tell you, having an earning per share of 11 kobo against 6 kobo it posted in 2024. Not the same period, there's an improvement in bottom line and top line are in double digit. For me, it's a good one. Even above 20%, that's a good one. When you see company recording anything 50% and above, these margins are very, very important. It gives you an insight what you expect from that kind of company. That is why you must pay attention to all this figure. But we'll do more detail as we get more earnings within the market. That will help us also to make one decision on what to do as regard these companies Q2 that are coming. For good one that we have seen early filers hitting the market. And also we want to look at our topic today. Our topic today looking at the how confident and calm can boost your word earnings trading or earnings season. How will you buy into all this world to know that yes, you are at the right stock and at the right time? Now that the earnings season is around the corner, what are the strategies you want to use to make what informed decision? I said at the beginning that one thing that is very, very important is that you must look at your chart, to accident. You now look at what the broader market. Yeah, means you have to look at different time frame. When you look at the broader market, it gives you an insight what the market is doing at a particular time. You can tailor it down to the shortest what time frame or what candlestick what. Good thing is that at this point in the market, that the market is already at a crossroad, even though it's making up all this new all-time high, there are things that already have given us signs to see the market will slow down. But if you look at the other side, factors that are driving the market remain intact: better earnings, stronger earnings, money flow, relative stability in FS, and also interest rate for fixed income declining. These are the things about the market. Also, as the market is going up, if you know that, oh, the liquidity entering the market, the volume also are reflected that yes, something is happening, because we have seen recently the volume that is being traded, so that there's confidence, and also funds are entering the market. You as a trader investor should know how to take advantage of these funds and the confidence to cash in money and profit and to smile to the bank. And also don't forget that you are not the person that will buy lower, the lowest, and sell the highest. Once you meet your trading target, your trading goal objective, you know when to take your profit. Is part and parcel of the market anytime, any day. That means for you to boost your confidence, you must continue to train yourself. That is the number one. Not only that, you must implement what you are learning. This will help you to boost your confidence. Now that we are entering any season, the major thing is that you need to know the value area of those stocks and also the release date of this company. You must understand the release date of this company, and not only that, you have to know the company. Where is the stock? Where is the value area? Between the value area, I always say that between the support level and the resistance level is the value area. You can see at this point now, when you check here, this is resistance level, this is support level. Where if you are now at the earning season now, look at now, market is making a new all-time high of 1327, now and crossing it little. There is going to be a pullback here. That's why you must know here is now at that support where they are tested, where the weak here is like the resistance. Here in between the support and resistance is the value area. So like I mentioned here, between here, you see here is the value area. You need to know where the stock is. The stock really resisting decline at the support level with the volume declining, or is the stock set to break out a resistance? That means within this value area, and if the earnings we're expecting, what date is this earning going to hit the market? Once you understand the date, then as it comes, the market hit and continue on because of the performance. That's that they will break out. But if it's going down, hitting and it's not breaking down, we fear. If the company also posts a positive number because the stock is resisting decline, that's a fall that will make that to turn on. That is why you must also combine your what I want to call now, combine other technical analysis tools like your money flow, your RSI. All these are very important to know the momentum in the market. That at the end of the day, able to make what informed investment decision. RSI, we need to look at RSI. What is it saying? You need to know the relative return index. To see where the market, because it will help you to know whether the stocks are overbought or oversold, and which is very, very important for us. Yes, you can see that we can change this to 8 here. For that, it's not a problem. We'll do that, and so I can look at if you look at this line here, in between this line 80 and 20 is 70. In between 40 and 20 is what is 30. That's why I'm having this dotted line. And this within there is weird. But anytime you see that the money flow, the RSI, sorry, is above the RSI is above 70, it's a sign. Some set their RSI between 80 and 20. When I see RSI above 80, it's telling that the market or the instrument or the index is at over both region. I mean, any possibility of turning the data is high. Also, when you see it also crossing down 20, if you are using 80, 20, it's about. When it's also you are using this 30, 70, whenever you see, but when you see it rebounding and also again and crossing that then up, momentum is also coming. You must pay attention to get to know exactly the state of the market. Is the market start trending? Is the market kind of uptrend or that? Then what is the momentum? And that's why you must pay attention to see the state of the market. Yes, our market has entered overbought region for a long time, but because of the strong sentiment and momentum, as a lot of inflows of funds, that's why at this point, if you are taking dividend, profit, it must be what you take it on a gradual process, just small part, because you don't set down a minute team or a minute game. You also, if you again that giving money, you do a flying trade, you don't cut it off, you take it what slowly, slowly, and that's why you must pay attention to this value area as I've showed earlier. But coming to look at the money flow now, sorry, I didn't show money flow here. We need to understand what is the position of money flow in the market right now. We need to know the level of funds that have entered the market at this first trading day. As market is already in green, but what is happening is very, very important that you must pay attention to see where is the fund entering. Good one, you can see that the money flow MFI here, that it's also reading 74, which is good. Or you can see that when it touch this level, it comes down. I can see it here. Look at whatever it comes here, and this is what your money flow, which also act also as a for you to read where fund is at the level or where fund is getting weak. But as speak, it's still heading up. Why that other side is still heading up? As momentum is still strong. And you can see also that the market is still above the T line. For me, it say that momentum in the market is still very, very strong, even when we say markets are at a crossroad because of what to pay for or not. But you must pay attention to this to see exactly that the market is moving to where you expect it to go. And I'll tell you, it's also up this way, extended of almost 8 straight days of what of bull run in recently. For me, it's a good one for the market. You must partner. This is how also to trade with calm and confidence. Having knowledge, research, practice, looking at the chart or the broader zone, looking at the sector index as a broader, looking at individual stock we want to trade on a broader world view. And these are how chart help you have clarity of where the market is going for you to know when to jump in and when to also to jump out. It's very, very important at this time. You must pay attention to it. That's the only way you can stay ahead of the market. Because as a trader or investor, once you have this, it will help you to receive a clear direction and you know what to do to jump in or to exit. It's very, very important. And also before finally call it a day, want to look at some stock to see if the momentum we are seeing these stocks are sustainable. You must pay attention to them because these are the only way you can make money right away. How far will UPDC go? How far will CWD? We quickly look at them to see the strength behind these stocks so that you will know UPDC, you will know exactly what the stock is doing and how far it will go. If you look at this stock this morning, you can see that this is a daily chart. You can see it up now. If you quickly want to look at 1 hour chart for you, on the daily chart, you can see where the stock is going. They are breaking out all the resistance now, heading up towards across the 5 naira mark. Tested for 545 or that. But if you want to look at the broader, you start from monthly chart for the stock. You can see a monthly chart. You can see where the stock is coming from. Now that the stock is already at this 523, sorry, not 540. You can see it here. You can see that the stock has good roofs to go. I can see that on the RSI that the stock is already at the but that is that the momentum is trading, the front are entering. If money flow is trading 88 and the RSI hitting 87, there's strong momentum. You want to see if the numbers expected build expectation, this stock is likely to also come as high. You can see it has tested already around 16 naira, 18 naira before, and this also is strong. You can see here is a strong resistance here and here, and this has to be 2011 and 205, 2005, I will say 2005. You can see it here, the peak here, look at it here again. This is a top resistance, but it has not gotten there. And the first resistance you need to look at is here. Was able to break out 8 naira and okay, let's take for example, able to break out the first one, which is here, break out the 6 naira 50 kobo. This stock average also to go as high, also breaking out this 8 naira level. Okay, sorry, breaking out the 8 naira 9 naira 30 kobo level, or is the 30 naira of 50 kobo. It has another one to break out here. Once you are seeing breaking out all this 13 naira going, the stock can go as high as 20 naira. That means there's a lot of potential in this stock. You can see that MACD is also very funny. That's why this for a long one. You quickly look at the weekly chart now. What is it saying on the weekly chart? It's not because of our time. I'll take time to explain it. On the weekly chart, it's also making a higher movement. You can see it here. It's trending up, breaking out, also resistance and going up. Money flow is looking up. Everything is looking up. For that means there's momentum. Look at MACD. Momentum is very, very strong on this stock. Pick one. Look at what is happening in CWG. CWG. We need to look at all of this computer, where as group you can see on the weekly chart, you can see what is doing. It's also in green. That tested almost 740 this morning. Then you can also go back to look at the 1 hour chart. Sorry, look at weekly. Let's try look at the monthly chart first. Sorry, look at the monthly chart. Look at the monthly chart that the stock is making a new all-time high. From 2014, like the peak, you can see it saturated for this one. Now you can see that it's making move up again at this. And this forward for the week, it's also maintaining that positive. They look at the 8-day chart, also positive. After it has saturated at this point, it's a breakout this morning. Then finally look at 1 hour chart. What is it doing? All these are positive. 1 hour chart that is stock is very strong. Look at what is your 1 hour chart. For you can see that there's also you can see where the MACD is coming. Once you cross this, bullish signal I think here. Also, you can see that the green one is already set to break out. What's going on? Our money flow is looking up around no 69, and sorry, RSI is reading 69, still has still strong momentum. Also, money for reading 80 on a 1 hour chart. These are signs that there's potential in this stock to go higher and higher. There are many we can look at, but let's stop here because of our time. I'll say thank you for being with us this morning. We look forward to see you our Wednesday section. Bye and see you.